This conference will now be recorded.
We are discussing about your doubts and clarifications, right, in the last previous class.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you have any, still you have any doubts? Still you are facing any doubts? I think no, right? Just share my screen, okay? So, so, uh, so today we are going to see some topics in QML. So, okay, so how your project structure is going to be, how to create your project structure, okay, in QML or Qt widgets or anywhere else. So, how we are going to segregate these things and how to create a resource files and everything we are going to see now. Okay, so this is actually a real-time project, okay, which is running on the machine currently. Are you able to see my screen? Able to see my screen, everyone? Are you able to see my are you able to see my screen? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is a machine interface. So this is nothing but a fountain dispatch you are doing. How many of you are doing fountain dispatch? Exactly, I don't know. But this is like an this is an explanation for your project and how to load the resource images, custom components. Okay. So how to create our custom components. And this virtual keyboard. How to enable the virtual keyboard. Okay. So all these things are going to be included in this project. Have included in this project. This project is completely based on your QML. Okay, so this project is completely based upon your QML. Okay, so this is, you can see here, quick and XML. I'm going to include two things. Qt quick is there. If you're using widgets application, you're going to get Qt plus is equal to widgets, you're going to get there. We are using QML project, so that's why you're going to get quick, Qt quick. Okay, so here you're going to see here, headers are there, sources are there, like your same like normal widgets are there, right? Then the same way you're going to see here, but in UI, in user interface, you can see here components is there, image is there, pages is there. Okay, so what are the pages? What are generally pages? Okay, so we are designing a screen, right? We are going to try to design a screen, right? So that is, we are going to call them as a pages actually. Okay, so we are going to call them as a pages. Think there is no things to write. Huh? Okay. Okay. So we are going to call them as a main screen. Main screen is like taking input as user ID password. For example, if you run this project, you can see here. So this we are going to call as a page. Actually, this is an fixed width and height screen is there. So this is going to be fixed width and height screen. Why? Because it is going to be running on a machine. Okay, it is going to running on a machine. So that's why it is having fixed width and height. So there is no need to take dynamically. Okay, no need to take dynamically. It is fixed width and height. Okay, so this thing we are going to call it as a page. This thing we are going to call it as a page. Okay, so we are going to come here, new register. So here again, machine ID, password, confirm password, register is there, right? So this is how we are going to, this is a page, and this is also a another page. Okay, so These are the, this we are going to call it the main pages. Okay, so now images are there. So what are the images we are using? What are the images we are using in our project? Those projects, those files are going to be kept in a single folder called images. Okay, just create a folder called images in your project and try to add from here itself. Okay, you can try to add from here itself. How you are going to add? Just give right click, add existing directory is there, right? Just click on this and it is going to show you. So it is asking to you to select the which directory, which folder you are going to add. Just click that folder and just press ok. Okay, it will add the folder and the contents of that folder also will be added to your project. Okay, so these all are the images we are going to use in this project. These all are the images we are using, we are going to use this in this project. Mostly this project, this images are going to be in png itself. Mostly these all our images are going to be in png itself. Okay, now the important thing here is what is component. So what are the components? Okay, components is nothing but a reusability of code, like a class. For example, we can simply say that like a class, we are going to create an object. Okay, so and we are going to set this, we are able to set the uh, values for values in that class. Okay, we can set some values in variables in that, by accessing that variables we can set some data to the class. Okay, by using this object, or we can call some function in that, we can call some functions in that class by using this object. Okay, so this is how how your class is going to be used. In the same way, we can create our own custom components. Okay, we can create our own custom components. Here dialog box is there. So okay, so there is a dialog box is there. Okay, so which is containing some text and button. So there is a text and button of this dialog is there, right? Are you able to understand? So this is a dialog is a class, right? In this in the form of xml, if I want to say that. So dialog is an example, the dialog is a class. Okay, so with this name, with that name, so we are going to see here content item rectangle. In this rectangle you are going to take two items, text and button. Text and button. So property alias display message. Okay, property alias means when I'm going to call this dialog, when I'm going to call this dialog. Okay, so what is the message I have to show? What is the message I have to show? Here we are going to see that. So for example, in login page, I have created a dialog box. Dialog box dot message, display message. Okay, enter machine id to proceed. Enter machine id to proceed. So if I run this program, just see here. So if I click on this button, there is a pop-up message here, right? There is a pop-up message. It is asking us to enter machine id to proceed. Okay, so this is a custom dialog box. This is a custom dialog box. If I give machine id 1234, just if I click on this login, so enter password to proceed. Two dialog boxes, we have seen two uh, different text in the dialog box, but the dialog box and the background and the button is not going to be changed here, right? It is not changed, right? So only what is changing here? Only text is going to be changed here. Only text is going to be changed here. So okay, so I am using this dialog box in the same page in two or three different manners. In two or three different manners. What is that? What is that? Enter password or enter machine id, and if the both are wrong, enter machine and password is mismatch, I'm going to throw an error here in the same dialog box. Okay, so if I want to show three different errors, should I write three times this code? Should I write this dialog code three times in that login page? That's not needed. That is not needed in QML. Okay, that is not needed in QML. Okay, so how we are going to achieve this? By using this, mention this as a component, mentioning those them as a component. Okay, so components can be used in the pages directly, QML pages directly. You can see here we have to import like this. We have to import qrc ui components. I have created a folder called components. In that components, this dialog box, header, message box components, app global variables, all the what are the custom components is there. I'm going to keep on list over there. Okay, so in these pages, in qml pages, I'm going to use this qml page, import qrc ui components. If you want to get the path, just any one item, just click the right click, and you can see here copy URL is there, right? QRC UI component. Just take to QRC UI components. Okay, all these pages are available in this login page. All these components, what are they available in this QML pages, are available again in this login page. Okay, so you can see here dialog box is there, dialog box. I'm not going to set anything here. So why? Because width and height is going to be fixed over there. There is no need to change and no need to set for this dialog box. Okay. So with this dialog box, I'm just calling the dialog box. Just open, just to see here. Dialog box dot display message. I'm setting some text and I'm calling that function called open. Where is this open function is there? In dialog box.qml, you can see here on clicked dialog box open. Sorry. Uh, this dialog box is going to be open. This is an again this is a qml thing. Okay, it's going to be there, f2, right? Okay, this is a qml dialog box. Okay, so if you want to visible that, there is a method called open here. There is a method called open here. Okay, so that is the method we are going to call here. That is a method we are going to call here. Okay, so when we click on ok, when we click on this ok button, so there is a this button. When we click on this mouse, on clicked on this button, I'm going to close this dialog box. Open and close is the default functions of your dialog box. So you can see dialog QML type. So in this type, you can see here, you can find out here, close is a function and open is a function. Close is a function and open is a function. Okay, we are calling the default functions by using here itself. Dialog box dot open. From here, when you're going to open, when you're going to close, dialog box dot close. Okay, so when I'm going to click on this button, I'm going to set all these things. I'm going to check all these things. Okay, so here you can see, if you observe this code, login page, complete rectangle is there. In the rectangle itself, we are going to move from one page to another page. So there is a main.qml is there. This is going to be decide push or stack we have already explained you, right? Push page, stack view dot push. Initially we are going to load login page dot qml. We are going to call initially login page dot qml. Already I have explained about your stack view and I have given some example code to you. Please you can refer that example, or I'm going to send you this machine interface code, or else you can analyze this code also, no problem. Okay, so this stack view I'm going to initially loading this login page dot qml. Okay, initially I'm going to load login dot qml. So login page dot qml, this is going to be loaded here. So here itself, if you see here in application window, so property screen width and height is going to be 800 by 480. This I already told you, this project has fixed width and height. That's why we are going to take in this like this, width and height. Okay, so property means we can use anywhere in this class. Okay, app logo color and app background color. Okay, so who is going to design this ui? They are going to provide us these colors, so we are going to maintain those colors throughout the application. Okay, so state that input panel dot activate means we are going this code is going to be used for your uh, on screen keyboard is you're going to get, right? On screen keyboard. So this is the code for on screen keyboard. Okay, on screen keyboard. So z value you're going to see here, z value. So why? Because it should be appeared on top of the UI. It should be appeared in top of the current UI. So that's why you're going to say take z axis also. Okay, so we are going to call this login page. I'm going to call this login page. In this login page, this is the complete rectangle is there. In this rectangle, width and screen width and height, and I'm going to set the color for that rectangle. Okay, we can set rectangle for this rectangle. We can set the colors, right? Already so many examples we have done on the rectangle, right? Till now. So I have taken a column. They have taken a column here. So for is that closed? Okay. We have taken the column and for this image. Okay, so one black color round image is there, right? So for that we are going to take a column, and this column you can see here in rectangle. In images I'm going to take a rectangle, and so that is going to be the app background should be changed there. So this is a transparent image. This is the transparent image. Okay, so in the transparent image app background color should be changed, initialized, and the UI is going to be get there. Okay, so that is the reason we have taken a column. In that column rectangle and image I have taken image. Directly you can use image, and from image just you have to give the source. In that just you have to give the source user icon. This is the icon we are going to use. This is the user icon we are going to use there. Okay, just right click here, copy URL is there, right? Just click on this copy URL, and you can use in the QML pages. Wherever you want your QML pages, you can give here. This is the path of your icon. Okay, your image will be loaded. Anchor should fill parent. So this is the width and this is the height, and this is the radius we are going to use for this rectangle. In this rectangle there is an image. In this rectangle only your image is going to be fitted over there. Okay, so the second thing here is rectangle with text fill. rectangle with text fill. Okay, so in this rectangle I'm going to take parent dot width 6 and parent dot height 8. You can see here rectangle, right? Machine id, this is the machine id. You're going to get placeholder text. This is the rectangle we are going to create by using this code. Okay, rectangle parent dot width parent dot height, and your setting horizontal center is going to be setting in the center. You can see here, center of the screen you're going to use this. Okay, in text field we're going to give machine id anchor should fill parent. This rectangle field completely we are using there, and placeholder text. I think already know this placeholder text we are going to be using qt widgets also, right? So it's going to be shown in the background. Okay, so font dot pixel size. So while you're typing here you can see here some text is there, right? So we can adjust the font size. Okay, so and color of the text, everything is going to be we can set from here itself. Everything can be set from here itself. Okay, in the same way merchant id, sorry, machine id and password. Machine id and your password I'm going to take there. Okay, so if it is a new user login, if you have selected a new user, I have to take confirm password also. Okay, so I'm going, if you click on this login or register, based upon this thing we are going to show this button. New register or login, based upon that login flag we are going to change complete UI feel, look and feel. Okay, based upon this click we are changing the complete look and feel of your page. Complete look and feel of your page actually. Okay, so if I click on this login, if that is successfully login, it's going to be great. But we have to change some settings here. So we are going to read some data from your home root, nothing but your an embedded device is going to be working as well. Okay, so but in our systems it won't work. Try to modify this data into give your current system path, and you can create the file and you can save this data and you can use it. Okay, no problem. Okay, try to do these things. Okay, counter count set.xml. Okay, so these files will be created over there. Just change the path over there. Just say change the path. Okay, now I'm going. If you enter this login details and if you click on enter, if you click on this login details and if you click on enter, okay, it will move to the next page. It will move to the next page. Where is this login page? That is right. If validations is completed, means your login details are correct. If your login details are correct, so we are going to take into the new page called push page, homepage dot push button, homepage dot push button. Okay, so when I click on this name, just I'm changing. I'm not going to validate any of these things whether they have entered or not. I'm just directly calling this items home dot qml. So what is there in that items dot qml? Okay, so this is how it's going to be looking like your selecting of a drink. When we click, when we mouse area is going over there, you can see here mouse area is going over there. It is going to be highlighted, right? It is getting highlighted, right? The mouse shape is going to be changed, and the image is getting larger, some larger over there, right? So when we click on the selecting of the selected drink, then this is going to be highlighted. Then these things are going to be highlighted. If you click on this button, you can see here home, dollar, settings, wi-fi settings are coming over there. Again, if you click on this things is going to be disappear. Okay, so how to achieve these things, how to achieve these things with qml, we are going to see. And the next class I'm going to explain you how to achieve those things. Okay, so some of you are asking how to communicate with c++ with qml, right? So I already explained you in the some example classes. Again, I'm going to show you how to communicate with this c++ with the qt. So first of all, in your main program, we have to set the context. Okay, set context and create an class, create an class object, create an class object, and we have to set the context property. Okay, we have to set the context property. Okay, so with this class name, we can access, what are the functions or methods are available in this class. These functions can be available in qml. These functions can be available in qml. To use those functions in qml, another keyword we have to set here is q underscore invocable. Q underscore invocable is the keyword, uh, predefined macro we have to use just in front of your function. That's it. Okay, now this this setring count is going to be accessible by your qml. Okay, setring count can be accessible by your qml. You can see here items.qml, it is dot set drink count name. So actually this is a C++ function, right? C++ function is going to be written where it is going to be written there in utils. This is there, right? In utils, there is a function called set drink count. Okay, so to use this set drink count in QML, what I have done here, have done set your q underscore invocable in your public class. You have to will be there, and set drink count is there, and I'm going to take it as a q invocable. Q underscore invocable. Okay, and this class is going to be taken as a singleton class. Have made this class as a singleton class. You can see here my constructor is in private. My constructor is in private. Okay, in your in main.cpp, we have to use this utils. Okay, you have to set the context property utils, and you have to give any name. Not only utils, you can give here any name, but with this name only. And this is highlighted, right? With this name only, we are going to call these functions in this utils class. Okay, so if I give nano here, there anywhere wherever I'm going to use this methods, instance methods, I have to use this nano dot. Here in QML I have to set, I have to give nano dot set rings. Here we have to give nano dot set rings. Okay, why? Because in main program, in main.cpp, I have given here name as a nano. Okay, to know generally for without confusing, we are going to use utils only. So what is the class name is there? What is the class name is there? The same thing is going to be used here. Okay, so one and second more important you have to remember here is it should not be capital. It should not start with the capital. The class name should not be start with your any capital keyword. Okay, it should not start with any capital keyword. It should be start with small letter only. Then only your QML is going to be accepted. Got it? Have any doubts? You can ask me. I'm going to share you this program to you everyone.
Sir, before you said that we are using macro for signal slot, but here we are using Q invoke, but we are not using signal slot.
Signals and slot we are not using. Q underscore update is going to be by default you are going to get, but I'm not using any signals and slot mechanism here.
But before you said that we are using the Q object for signal slot only.
Q underscore object is macro is going to be used for signals and slot mechanism only. When I'm going to create a class,
Okay.
okay, by default is going to get here. I didn't tell you currently I'm using this Q underscore object for signal slot mechanism in this class, right? This is singleton class I'm going to, I have told
Yes,
you.
sir. But
Mm.
yes, sir. But still, we are using the Q invoke. No, still it is a macro only. No.
A Q underscore invocable is another macro. Q underscore invocable is another
Okay.
macro, which is going. This method is going to be exposed to QML. Okay, so that is the purpose we are going to use this Q underscore invocable.
Actually, what actually Q invoke will do?
This C++ class of methods are there, right? These are the functions, right? Methods are there, right? So this
Yes,
method
it.
to
Yes, these are the methods.
yeah. So if you want to use these methods, you want to call these methods from QML pages. Okay, so we are going to use this keyword q underscore invocable so that our compiler will understand. So they're going to this method is going to be calling from your QML page also. This is nothing but a common code for C++ common code, and this these classes can be accessible from QML as also. So based upon that, your compilation will be done.
Okay, we can say that to calling the methods only, we can use Q invoke object.
Yes, q underscore invocable is an macro, not an object.
Okay, we can use this macro for calling the method.
Yes. From here, you're going to
Okay.
call from QML. If you want to call any method, you're going to use Q underscore invocable. And you have to remember this main also main.cpp. We are setting set context properties there, right? This is also very important. We have to set first of all this. Then only we can access from the QML. Otherwise, we can't access. With only Q underscore invocable, we can't access. With only Q underscore invocable, we can't access. But the thing should be here. Set context properties also should be set.
So can you share this project also in the group?
Yeah, I will share you this group in the group. So we will see multiple sessions on this project itself. So you're able to understand. You can try it yourself. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. So you can replicate this project by using your own itself. Okay. So with the reference of this project, you can create your own project and try to do all those things what we have done here. Okay, so you're going to get some clarity on QML and Qt, how those going to work, how both are going to be work. Okay.
Sir, one more thing.
Mm.
How can we convert the byte array into the string?
Byte array to string. Yeah, I will send you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That is also not a big deal, right? I can You can search in the Google itself. You are going to get some solutions for the Qt byte array to Q string, right? You're not supposed to get.
Suppose I am writing the program for any application and I'm using byte array. Then it
Oh,
will show me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But instead of that, I want to get suppose my name Deepak. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 5, I want to get like Deepak. So I have to convert byte array into the string, right?
okay. You want basically you want a conversion from byte array to Q byte array to Q string, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will send you that. Anyone having some other any doubts? Okay. Okay, then I will share you this project in the group. Okay, so everyone can try to get some knowledge on Qt. Okay, so try to add images and try to.
And not, and sir, one more thing.
Mm.
And so from where, how to get this information from which function is already predefined and how to use it, this function and classes and all.
Qt document only. There is only way is Qt document.
Yes, yes, yes.
There are so many things are available with Qt, right? We can't remember all those things, right? Just don't worry about those things. If you are using a dialog box, you're going to explaining you in the interviewer. In the interviewer, you are sitting in front of your interviewer, so you're explaining about your any dialog box, or this is a custom dialog box or predefined dialog box. You're going to see that. So okay, so it is going to be a with the predefined and with
Sir,
some customizations we have done.
sir,
Yeah,
sir, custom dialog box is not a predefined, no?
custom dialog box.
Custom customization is only that we used to write, right?
Yeah, we have to write. Customization is available. Extension is also available. Okay,
And
so
one more thing, sir. What is interface in C++, sir?
interface in C++. plus plus.
Yes, sir.
Have you done factory method? Have you seen factory method?
No, sir.
Just read about factory method first. I will explain you these things. Just note down these points.
From Google, I have.
Okay, fine. Just note down these points and just what you have doubts, you can ask me in the group itself. We are going to discuss in the class. I'm going to discuss on the class itself. Okay. So in between of your explanation of with QML QT, so one session is going to be I'm allocating you to clear your doubts. If you are having any doubts in your interview questions or anything else, just drop a message on me. If you are having more questions, I'm going to plan the session on that. Your doubts. Okay, so when I'm going to teach you these classes, uh, So we are not, this is going to be how it's going to be, it's going to be mixing and everything, right? So we are discussing about QML. So suddenly we are going jumping into Q widgets, some other topics, right? So later on, if you are going to look at into these things, so it's going to be completely messed up, right? So when you're trying to rewatch these videos or
Yes,
anything
sir.
else, it's going to be completely messed up, right? So and what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to say here is, if you are all having facing any issues, or if you want to you're attending an interview is also fine. Okay, fine, that's very good. Okay, you having any common questions, or if you have any individual questions also, just post me in the group itself or personally. Okay, so on complete day we are going to spend on that. We are going to spending on that interview questions and answers. Okay, just send me the questions first of all. Okay, so I'm going to read the question and I'm going to give an
Okay.
answers to you.
Okay, sir. One more thing in Qt.
Mm.
And suppose we are creating any screen for the Qt. Suppose the aspect ratio is 16:9. Suppose if you are using the same aspect ratio in QML,
Mhm.
will able to adjust in 20:25 by itself.
Yes, everything is what you are going to do in QML Qt widgets. The same thing can be replicated in QML also.
No, no,
Whatever.
sir.
Mm.
Suppose what, what suppose I am writing a code for a 16:25 inch of screen. Okay, sir, in QML.
20
And
25
suppose
screens of
if
screen.
I, yes, if I'm writing the code for 20 into 25 centimeter of screen,
20 to
okay.
25 centimeters of
If
screen.
I'm
Just you have to remember here is
okay,
width and height. You have to specify width and
if
height,
I'm
not in centimeters. Sorry.
no, sir. If I'm dumping the same code into the suppose 100 into 100 centimeters, will it able to adjust by itself, or
Yeah.
we have to write the code for to adjusting itself?
So here there will be two things here. Okay. So there is nothing but based upon your screen width and height, we can adjust those things by changing here itself. If you want to change in every page,
Because sir,
just
because sir, what I have studied in QML, the aspect ratio it will adjust by itself in the QML, but in Qt it is not possible.
no,
It is true or it is false.
Deepak, first of all, you have to remember here is Qt is common for widgets and QML. Okay, when you are specifying or your explanation should be difference between Qt widgets and QML. Okay, so don't mention about Qt and QML. Okay, QML is a part of Qt itself. Widgets also is a part of Qt itself. Okay, so when you are going to describe differences between those two, we have to mention Qt widgets and Qt QML, or widgets and QML. Okay, so based upon what you have asked a question, I understand. So QML is going to be adjusting
Yes,
by
sir.
width and
See, sir, what I'm asking, sir. Suppose I want to write a code. Okay, sir.
mm,
Suppose if I write a code for if I am writing a code,
mm,
if I'm going to flash over a 10 centimeter screen, okay,
mm,
it will going well. If instead of that, if I'm flashing the same code into the 100 into 100 centimeters screen, I don't
okay,
have to change the screen. I don't have to change the
code.
code.
Yeah,
It
okay,
should work well.
okay.
What I have to do there?
In QML, what you are going to do here is, in first of all, you are going to change. You are setting the width and height here, right? 800 into 480 width and height.
Yes, yes, sir. Then it will go for only 800 into
480.
480 size only, no, sir.
Yes. By changing here itself,
Suppose I wa-
the
no, suppose sir, I want to write a code that it will adjust the aspect ratio automatically. Then what I have to do?
screen width and height. You have to take
Yes, sir.
screen width and height. The default
Suppose I write
dynamically,
a code. Suppose I
dynamically,
wri-
Let
suppose
me.
sir I write a code. Suppose sir, I write a code. Okay, sir.
Mm,
If I want to flash with a 10 into 10 touch screen, it will work well.
mm,
Suppose with the same code, if I flash with
mm,
100 into 100 centimeter screen,
mm.
it should work well only. No?
Yes, it will work.
For that, what I have to do, sir?
That's what I'm telling
Then
you, Deepak.
instead of
Let me complete my explanation, then you can ask the question. Okay. So here width and height is
okay,
there,
okay,
right?
okay.
Here width and height is there, right? So we have to take it dynamically. We have to take it dynamically. Already have shown you in the previous example that how to take it is dynamically. Okay. So let me show you. This is the method we are going to call for desktop available width and available height. Okay. So if you use this method, so I'm going to mention in this machine interface that as 480 into 480 800, right? Here I have mentioned 480 into 800, right? If I place those things, if I place those methods, if I place this method, it will take dynamically. It will take dynamically width and height. I use these two methods, what it will do, it will take my with screen width and screen height dynamically. Okay, so I am using this width and height, screen width and screen height, entire my project. I'm using my screen width and screen height, this screen width and this screen height, entire my project. Okay, so based upon that width, we're not setting in anywhere that you can see here. Now the project is going to be completely occupied by my screen, right? If I click on this login, you
Yes,
can
sir.
see here. You can see here the complete screen has been occupied here. Okay, so what did I change it here? What did I change it there? Just simply I have taken from desktop width and desktop height. Means whatever the screen you are using, that those screen width and height I'm going to take in there. Okay, and I have set it here itself, one in one place. Okay, if it is 10 centimeters, 100 centimeters, or 200 centimeters, based upon this width and height, the complete project UI is going to be fetched into that screen actually. Got it? Did you get the answer, Deepak?
Sir, one more time, please.
So here width and height we are going to give an 480 into 800, right? If I give, just give me an answer what I'm asking you now. So width and height I'm going to give 480 and 800. So that is going to be a specific screen size is going to be selected over there, and in that there itself you're going to be working over there, right? So the same code and
Yes, sir.
same
Now,
UI.
yes, sir. Now got.
Now, if you are going to using for 10 centimeters or 100 centimeters screen, what should I do? That is what your question
That's
asking me,
a
right?
sorry question.
That's the question you have asked, right? So what for that question, what I have given
Yes,
you
sir.
answer, just take the not take the fixed width and height, just take the desktop available width, desktop available height. Okay, so this is going to solve your
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
problem. Okay, any other questions? Okay, then I will forward this project to you. Uh, if you have any doubts regarding these things, you can comment and you can come tomorrow. If you are able to come tomorrow to Nano, you can come by 10:30 around 10:30. Okay, if anyone coming to the nano by 10:30 or else, you can ping me once of all. Before coming, just ping me. Okay.